Jesus Tab Nation, welcome back to another TTR video with your boy Tabizzle Prime. So you see the title, you see this thumbnail. Oh, by the way, shout out to my wife for the shea butter cream, because I noticed in the past couple of videos I have some very ashy hands. You know us men. Well, some of us men. But shout out to my wife. You guys see the title, you guys see the thumbnail. Today we will be reviewing a full in-depth review of the iPhone 16 Pro. Not the Max, the Pro. I have this phone for almost two and a half months now. And I must say, this phone is a mini beast. That's what I'm going to describe this phone as going forward with this review for the rest of the evening or night or day, depending on where you are. Do not forget to subscribe and do not forget to like this content if you find my videos informative and knowledgeable. We are focusing tonight on the iPhone 16 Pro. I personally have the black titanium, and I personally use this as literally as one of my main drivers every single day. And it is one of my main phone. It's mostly like a work phone, but I still definitely do use it a lot. So I am going to get into some things that I like the most about my 16 Pro, and also some things that I don't really like that. I use three phones on the daily. I use an iPhone 16 Pro Max, my iPhone 16 Pro, which I'm reviewing today, and my Samsung Galaxy S24. And it's a very tough competition between the 16 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S24. I'm not gonna lie. And comment down below if you guys want to see a full review with the comparison with the iPhone 16 Pro versus an S24. That's gonna be a very spicy content, I can tell already. But without no further ado, the iPhone 16 Pro. I purchased this black titanium a couple of months ago. Been using it, and I got to say, guys, this is probably the best Pro phone Apple has made in a long time. Which ironic, because this is their latest Pro phone they have made until, iPhone 17 and so on. Why I say this is, first and foremost, the iPhone 16 Pro is a whopping 6.3 inches in display size. And it not only comes with the Super Retina XDR display that the iPhone 16 Pro Max has, it's also built out of titanium and also have a matte glass back. It also have the action button, always on display, ProMotion technology. It literally has every single thing that the iPhone 16 Pro Max have. And you're not only getting all of that, you're getting a compact form. You're getting what I said before, you're getting a compact form. And I do notice, I know a lot of people enjoy compactness. For example, my girl, she loves the Mini Cooper because you have a lot of space inside the car and it's very compact. I notice people do love a lot of compact phones and compact things in total, overall. But the point and the fact of the matter is, a lot of small phones nowadays is going to be redundant soon. So enjoy an iPhone 16 Pro or an iPhone 14 Pro, regardless of which Pro you have. Enjoy small phones while it lasts, because I think one day we will not be able to even buy a brand new smartphone anymore, unless you're gonna buy one of those old-time flip phones. The iPhone 16 Pro, as I said, I've been using it as my daily driver every single day. I do a lot of driving. I do deliveries and stuff like that as side gigs. And my 16 Pro is literally one of my main devices where I do my gigs. Super fast, as you can see, very smooth to the touch. And my 16 Pro does every single thing the iPhone 16 Pro Max does. It does literally every single thing that my iPhone 16 Pro Max does with the compactness. Now, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is a 6.9 inch display, and sometimes it feels a little bit too big for me, which is ironic because I love big phones. But this is the next irony, guys. If I did not have an iPhone 16 Pro alongside the 16 Pro Max, I could have not tell the difference between the sizes. I would have been very comfortable with my iPhone 16 Pro Max because that's my daily driver, obviously. That's my personal phone. But ever since I ordered this iPhone 16 Pro, I literally see myself taking out the iPhone 16 Pro and using it more than my 16 Pro Max. Why? Because of this. The one-handed use. Mind you, I have a medium-sized hand, and I comfortably can use the 16 Pro Max. But the thing is, just by reaching the top of my display to bring down my control center, or for example, my notifications, it's much easier, and I cannot be biased to that. It's very much easier, and I can use it both hands, and I'm right-handed. I'm not left-handed. So the fact that I can easily use both of my hand to bring down the control center and the notification on a compact phone that literally has everything that the 16 Pro Max have, it makes me love the 16 Pro more. But hear me out. 16 Pro Max is still my main driver, still my main phone, because I just love the bigger displays, especially whenever I'm watching content and stuff like that. But the thing is, I still love my 16 Pro because I love the best of both worlds. I love the fact, oh, my 16 Pro, it has every feature that the 16 Pro Max have, and I can easily take it out and one-handedly, comfortably use my 16 Pro to do everything and every task that basically my 16 Pro Max can do, but in a compact form. I enjoy that a lot. I genuinely do. I used to say I always wanted a bigger phone and a smaller phone, and I have the best of both worlds. And let me say, I do enjoy the 16 Pro more. I'm going to give you some things that I don't technically like about the 16 Pro. It's not that much, but let's focus on some positive, right? Going into the year of 2025. So the 16 Pro, it houses also the A18 Pro chip, which is the same chip that goes into the 16 Pro Max. It's a 6-core CPU and 6-core GPU and 16-core neural engine. What that simply means, people for people who just want something simpler, power. That's what it basically means. It's a chip, and that's the chip that basically powers your phone, makes it can do all of this stuff right here. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what the chip means. 16-core neural engine, 6-core GPU, CPU is just pure power. The best of the best, literally one of the best chip in the world in a very compact 6.3 inches phone. I was watching MKBHD the other day with his award when he was giving the phone award, smartphone award for the year. And he said he could have easily give the 16 Pro the best, I think, compact. Don't quote me on this, but he said he's gonna give it the best compact or small phone of the year. But I think he gave it to the 16. Why? Because this is a Pro and you can get a 16 much cheaper. But I kind of disagree, because the 16 Pro, if you are interested in ProMotion display, you're interested in like a faster chip, the best camera you can find in a 6.3 compactness of a phone, you cannot beat the 16 Pro. The best around, next to the 16 Pro Max, obviously. Now, when you jump to the cameras, it's a pro camera system with 48 megapixel fusion camera. You have a 48 megapixel telephoto and super high resolution photos from 24 megapixel to 48 megapixel. And also you have next generation portraits with focus and depth control. What does that mean? It's basically the same type of tech you're going to get in your 16 Pro Max. Are you guys seeing where I'm going with the review? I'm basically reviewing the 16 Pro Max, just a much smaller, much comfortable. Now, I just use the term comfortable because the 16 Pro is hands down, objectively, the much more comfortable phone to hold in your hands. I can't necessarily compare the 16 Pro Max with it side by side because I am recording currently right now on the 16 Pro Max. But the comfortableness, in terms of like the curvature, if you look at the curvature around the 16 Pro, right, and also the smallness, it feels so good in the hands. Like, honestly, it feels really nice in the hands. You notice my grip. I love holding this phone, especially without a case. By the way, I have some case videos coming soon, so make sure you subscribe so you do not miss. I'm going to make an ultimate case video, an unbox hella cases to basically show you different type of cases you can get even for budget and stylish and elegant cases you can use with your iPhones and even Galaxy in the future. Back to the iPhone 16 Pro. No, this phone is not only a beautiful phone. I chose the black because I think why not just go black and white? I have the 16 Pro Max white, which is ironic because I had the 16 Pro Max black. And I said, if I'm going to have the white, I have to have the black. I have to balance the colors out, right, people? And I can tell you, this color is one of the best color I would recommend to get in the 16 Pro feature. Because not just that, it's not just because it's a 6.3-inch display and the phone itself, you're not only getting a compactness, you're getting a much beautiful color with the compactness and everything, the seamless integration of iOS and Apple's ecosystem with such a small compact phone. You cannot beat that. Not just that. Most of my entertainment, I do on my 16 Pro. Why I said that? Because the 16 Pro, as I said before, every time I have 3 phones in my pocket. And whenever I go to take out one of the phone, I always reach for the 16 Pro. Why? Because it's just so much more comfortable. It is. It genuinely is. Just by typing, as you can see here, just by typing, it's so much more comfortable to hold. I know you guys see a lot of scratches, and that's going to be an area where I just don't like. We're going to get there soon. But focusing on the stuff that I love and I enjoy about my 16 Pro. Now, if you look at battery life, when you compare battery life, let's see how far my battery is right now. So you jump to battery. My battery health right now, 100%, cycle count 22. Cycle count basically the amount of time you charge your phone whenever it goes down or your battery goes low. So my battery health right now is normal, 100%, because a brand new phone. Makes sense. The downside is the 16 Pro Max, you get up to 33 hours of video playback versus my 16 Pro. I get up to 27 hours of video playback. Mind you, as you can see, you have grub hub, you have lift. I do a lot of gigs on the side, and most of the time, all my phones are always on charger. So I can't necessarily give you an perfect example of how great the battery life is on the 16 Pro. But I assure you, with that A18 Pro chip, efficiency ain't no joke and a much smaller phone. And I guarantee you, you can have much better battery life on your 16 Pro versus your 16 Pro Max. Hear me out. This is why. It's a smaller phone. Yes, it has a smaller battery, but it takes less pixel and it takes less resolution and everything less to view content because it's a smaller phone. So technically, you can actually get better battery life having a 16 Pro versus a 16 Pro Max. Because with the bigger display, yes, you have a bigger battery, it consumes what? More power. The bigger the display, it takes more power to view whatever you need to view, whatever task you have, it takes way more. Now let's jump to a thing that I don't like about the 16 Pro and also the 16 Pro Max. Overall, you know what? Overall, what I just do not like about the iPhone 16 Pros in general this year, I hear Apple say, and let's jump to the display. Apple talk about ceramic shield, the latest generation of, their display that they have compared to like Gorilla Glass or whatever. And if you look at my Samsung Galaxy S24, which I had way longer, I have it way longer than my 16 Pro. It does have scratch as well. It does have scratches, but it has minimal scratches when you compare it to. Let me try so you guys can see it properly. The camera right now is not doing it justice, but guys, see, look at that right there. It has so much scratches, and for what Apple is promoting, to be honest, in my opinion, I don't see that ceramic shield protection of what Apple is basically claiming. Mind you, my phone most of the time is always in my pocket, yes, and it sometimes can bang up against my keys and my other phones, this, that, and the third. But by the end of the day, Apple is claiming for $1,000 phone, it has the latest generation ceramic shield. in my opinion, it should not be able to be easily scratched like that. This phone is so scratch. You can call this phone scratchable. Like honestly, this phone is super. I would not grade this phone as scratch resistant. That's one of the main thing that I don't like about the phone. And I think that's probably the only thing that I do not like about the 16 Pro, because I love the 16 Pro. I know I am not necessarily just a Apple fanboy who just love Apple products. I do love Apple products, but I'm giving my honest opinion on this phone. One of the downside to it though, if you're a person who wants to create content and stuff like that, this is one of the biggest downsides. Let's jump to settings. And one of the downside to it is you go to storage, they start it off at 128. I do not believe that people should be paying $1,000 for a phone where you get the starting storage at 128. They should bump the storage up to 256 at least, because it's a Pro phone. And if you're going to compare it with a 16 Pro Max and a 16 Pro, which technically are both the same phones, just different sizes, I believe Apple should just jump the storage up to 256. And if they want to charge an extra $100, fine. At least you know you're giving more storage for that $100 that you're charging. So that's another downside to the 16 Pro. You have to pay an extra where you could pay that extra to get an 16 Pro Max. But if you like small compact phones, I don't think the price will bother you that much. But that's just one of my gripes that I noticed that Apple does over the year. Just give the 16 Pro 256 gigabyte, and and everybody can be happy. But overall, guys, the 16 Pro is a beautiful device. It's my most used device ish, because I do use my Samsung Galaxy S24 a lot. Subscribe if you guys want to see a full comparison with my S24 versus the iPhone 16 Pro, which is ironic because I think I get more joy using my Samsung Galaxy S24 over both iPhones. And I'm going to give you guys the reasons in upcoming videos. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. My iPhone 16 Pro. Do I recommend you guys buying the 16 Pro over the 16 Pro Max? This is going to be a yes and a no. It's a two-part answer. I would say get the 16 Pro if you're looking for something much smaller. If a 6.9 inch display is just too big for you, but you still want that Pro feature, you want that feeling of that Pro in your hands, you want the camera control button, all of that good stuff, even though you can technically get it on the iPhone 16, but if you want the top of the line that Apple has to offer, I would say yes, go for the iPhone 16 Pro. But if you're someone like me who is a monster out here, who just have that beast mentality, that lion heart, you're like the biggest, the greatest, the best displays, the best looking everything, go for the 16 Pro Max. Or if you do have the money and you want to spare some cash, you want to live your life to the fullest, why not get best of the both worlds? But I guarantee you, if you have both phones, you will end up using your 16 Pro more because it's just so small and aesthetically pleasing to use because of the compactness. Tonight, the word for the night is compact. Compact with all of this powerful feature makes the iPhone 16 Pro one of the best phones of this year. Not to mention Xiaomi and all those phones that I wish to basically review one day. So guys, make sure you guys subscribe up and like up this video so we can get there little by little, so we can reach the upper echelon of different phones. Okay guys, so this was the full review of the iPhone 16 Pro, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for just being a part of the channel. Make sure you comment down below your thoughts. Something that I need to improve on, let me know. But would you rock an iPhone 16 Pro or would you get an iPhone 16 Pro Max? I'll just say, man, I'll just get a Samsung Galaxy. Let me know down below in the comments. Comment down below. Thank you guys for watching. Me Jesus.